colleagues and SAP friends. This is the second ABAP tutorial of the series, and in this video I would like to show you how you can create a structure in the ABAP workbench and how you can type values in this structure, and as well how you can write them into a very small program, so to say. Well, the first thing that we need is the transaction with which we can create reports, and there are two transactions for this which I use. The first one is SE38, the ABAP editor, and the second one is SE80, which is the object navigator or the ABAP workbench. For this purpose, I would like to use now the SE38, the ABAP editor. Or you can type SE38 here in the menu. And now we have to create a new program, and as I've been explaining in the previous videos, you need to type Z in front of the program in order to be able to create a program, because Z shows that it is a client program, it is not SAP standard program. And then I would like, for instance, to type Z test. This would be a test program, and then you go on create. But now I received here in the bottom part, you are not able to see it, a message that this is already taken from somebody or from me already. So we would like to do Z test and then let's say example, then create. And now there is the menu where you have to write a title of the program, and this would be a program for tests purposes. Type of the program, this is an executable program, and for status you can select a productive client program, and the other things you are it's not mandatory to type them, to give them, to set them. Basically you can go and save this, and then you need a package, or you can create the program as a local object. And that's what we are going to do now. We are not going to transport this program into next systems or environment. That's why we create it as a local object, which means that it will stay in the system where we are. It would not be able to be transported. And we are already into the ABAP workbench. And now I would like to show you how the first thing that we want to do is we want to create a structure. And basically there are two ways to do this. If you have already created a table on the databases, you can say, please ABAP create me a structure type this table. But now we would make an example with no such table. We would create the structure here in the report, and the first thing that you have to type here for this purpose is types, then 2 points, then begin up, and then the name of your structure. The example which I would like to give you now would be, for instance, with a street and street details. That is why we go for, let's say, street details, and then you need a comma. Then you can now type the fields of this structure, which will be the fields of it. And for instance, we'll have a name, which would be type C or character, and the length, let's say, would be 40. Then you can create the next field, or set it up, which would be, for instance, the number, again type, again C, because actually the number can be a number can be integer, for instance, but it can also be character, and the length, let's say, would be at maximum 4. I am a little bit obsessed of alignment in my report. That is why I align these two types in order to be able to in order to look more beautiful to the outside, so to say, and to be more understandable and more readable as well. And then actually, if we say that this is the end of the structure, just 2 fields now, but they can be as many as you want, then you must end the structure. That's why you say end of. You write end of, then street details, and then you need point to end the whole thing. Well, so good, so good so far. Basically, I would like to align this as well, the whole paragraph here. And the second thing that we need is, because this is the type of the structure. Here we said there can be a structure of this type, but then we need to do the data declaration, so to say, of this structure. What would be the structure itself that would use this basis, and this structure that we would like to declarate now would be the one that we will use in the report in the next rows. So data, 2 points, then for instance ES, which stands for internal structure, then street, then you need type, and then here you give this basis, so to say, the structure which was declared here with types. And the type would be street details. Okay, now we have the structure, the declaration of it. Now we have a, so to say, internal structure with this type, and now we can use this internal structure here in the report. And the first thing that I would like to do is to write some variables, so to say, some text to these characters, to these fields of the structure. And for this purpose, we would go on with write, then just the text which we would like to write. Let's say this would be well, let's say corner street. I don't know, it can be anything, but corner street sounds good for me. Then you go and write 2, and then the internal structure and name, let's say the first field of it. Then you need a point. Then I'll go with duplicating this row with Control D, and then I would like to change this second field here to, which was number, to number, and then the number of this corner street would be what it could be. It could be 40 again. I mean 40. The length of it is 40, but now we write just 40 here. Okay, now we actually have, so to say, set values to the 2 fields of this structure, and now we can go on and write the structure as a program. I mean, this structure can now, after executing this whole program, can be returned, can be given out, and that is what we want to do now. Again with write. You can do this again with write, 2 points, as internal structure, then street, as it is called, then name, and then again just point. However, at this point I would like to mention that if you want to know more about the function write or more about any other function, you can just click F1 or just go to Google and then ask Google, hey Google, what is write? And actually I would like to show you this in a second, but before this I would like to execute the program and show you how it is working. Well, I would like to show you one more function here, which is uline, which would be sort of a separating line between the name and the number, but you can build it as you like, as it is required as well. Then again write, 2 points. Then again internal structure, street, as it is called, then number, then point, and then I think we are ready. Well, now you can check the program for mistakes. You can save it. You can activate it. You must activate the program. Enter. And the program was activated successfully. There was no mistake. Now I would like to execute the program. And as I said, there is a separating line here. There is the first text. There is the second text. But of course, you can build it as you like. It can be a table. It can be anything. And in the next videos, I will definitely go deeper into the details and show you more of how you can build your programs, how you can make your programs customer friendly, and how they can be more understandable and more user friendly to use as well. Now we go back, and as I said, I would like to show you how you can read more about the different functions and what they are able of, because now, for instance, we are able here to set a color, to set a frame, to set a hotspot, and many other things. For this purpose, I go to Google, and here I would just like to write, for instance, let's say write ABAP, and the first thing that pops up here is from the SAP Help portal. And there is this is the documentation of in German language, I think. Yeah, exactly. Because I'm also German speaking and working in German. That is the reason here for this. But you can find this in English as well. I think you can change the language as well from here, but I'm not sure exactly now where this is. And here you can see what else you can add to your write. And there is a lot of text, as you can see. There are a lot of data types which you can use with write, and how exactly they would be understood, so to say, by your program. There are some examples as well for write, and yeah, this is it. There are a lot of infos here, and you can use them, you can read all of them to understand better how the specific function is working. Now I'm going to minimize this. I'm going to execute the program once again. And at this point, I would like to say thank you for watching this video. I hope you like it. If you liked it, please hit the subscribe button and stay tuned, friends. Till next time.